Hello, this is Ken Ferry with this week's Boots in the Field report. It is a big week with crop tech customers. We'll start with a kind of a quick crop progress report. Most everyone got some rain on Wednesday night. So far, the amount's coming in anywhere from 4/10 to 2.5 inches. Talked with the guys down there by Arthur, and in that area, they're over 90% done with beans and close to 60% done with corn. Aaron says on their operation, as he looks at the neighborhood, he would say they're probably done with beans in the neighborhood and about 75% done with corn. Again, Aaron says planting conditions have been phenomenal for them down there. Things are looking really good. And I've been out looking at some of these stands around here, and man, we've sure got some really good looking soybean stands. I expect corn stands to be the same as we come into next week. Here locally, it's about 75% done with beans and about 50% done with corn. If we move over to Tazewell County, Mark over there believes they're 50% done with corn, at least 75% done with beans. He said almost everybody has flipped to beans first. Jeff up at Wilmington said corn planting up there is 60 to 70% done, and they're about 30 to 40% done on the soybeans. So, again, for everything I've looked at, the early planted fields came through that frost in good shape. I'm not seeing anything there that concerns me, both in corn and soybeans, as far as frost damage. Had a couple pictures come in as frost damage, and they were just a little bit of fungicide flashing on the soybeans. So, all in all, I think we survived that cold round in pretty good shape. Not sure when was the last time that we had such great planting conditions at the same time commodity prices continue to climb. Well, this is looking to be a potential very interesting year. Pest teams, this week's south winds did push up some cutworms in our traps, so the traps lit up. So we'll keep an eye on GDUs and as they rack up, but just be thinking about where the cover was. Remember, these cutworm are looking for cover to lay eggs in, so it's going to be your cover crops, stuff with heavy residue. But boy, anything that's got a cover crop on it would be the highest candidate, and our traps show that too. The ones that are next to the cover crop strips are showing heavier pressures. But again, nothing to worry about today, but it is something that, and if you got your traps out there, you can be keeping track of that as well. But we do have some cutworm that did move in this week. Another pest that concerns me is the bean leaf beetle. And that's especially for you guys that fought that heavy pressure. Most of that was to the north, but last summer when we just got pounded by rootworm beetle, I'd like to tell you that COVID got them all. They probably didn't survive the winter, but the odds of that are probably pretty weak. So we will see bean leaf beetle next week already. So scouts be out there looking for them. Now, we used to say, be concerned if you're the first guy in the neighborhood planting soybeans and they're emerging, because these beetle will migrate to soybean fields in the neighborhood, meaning if you're the only guy with beans up, they're coming your way. The good news is almost everyone's planted early beans, so that will dilute the number some. It'll take away some of that pressure. Bean leaf beetle can wreak havoc on a newly emerging bean stand if they're heavy enough. And I do expect to see some heavier pressures again where we got hit harder last summer. If they tend to feed on the hypocotyl, the cotyledons will break off in the ground and you'll think the bean's not emerging, but it's actually getting fed on. So don't forget, scouts, to go back out there and watch these fields emerge, again, especially in the hot spots. We had another great week at planting plots. Here at the campus, we finished up the corn planting just ahead of the rain. The rain delay actually was very welcome. One, to help get our soil applied herbicides activated so we get weed control that we're looking for. And in some tillage scenarios, we were about out of water to germinate seed, so this is going to help revive those planting conditions as well. Most important, though, that rain delay gives us some stress mitigation by not having the whole crop planted in one tight window. It's amazing how fast you guys go from 0 to 60% done. So in this case, when we get back at it after the rain, that delay in there will help us from everything from water and heat and mitigation all the way through to insects and disease. So I like to see that break up in there. Most areas reported low and slow amounts of rain, so this will be ideal for getting this crop up. Now, some of you guys up north did get harder rains, so let's watch for the crusting there so we can get out there and hold them in time if they need to be hoed. This week, we put in a real interesting plot here at Crop Tech. Many of you know for decades I've been saying we need a planter that can plant corn spike up. This week we put a plot in with a planter designed to do just that. It came from us from MK1 Engineering out of Minnesota, and they demoed their arrow tube seed orientation system. Seeing is believing. Behind this planter, it looked impressive as I dug a lot of plants that were spike up. It's only a 4-row planter, but we did get plots big enough in to take it to yield. Now, after these plots emerge, we, and you know who we is, right? Interns, we'll dig up large sections of rows and we'll compare this technology to the standard. But I can tell you, early evaluations look like this could be a game changer. We'll take a closer look at it this summer in our field day and at our corn college. Some of you guys in conventional till, we had to shut off the in-furrow fertilizer this week because of moisture concerns. With this rain, I think we can turn them back on as we go back. One more shot at this planting season, and I think it'll be over for the 2021 planting season. So be careful and patient. To stay up to date, check out our website at croptechinc.com and subscribe to our podcast, Boots in the Field Report. Keep her safe, keep her moving.